Hey Saxons, welcome back to school and welcome back to our final fin of the 2020 to 2021 school year.
We acknowledge that we are on the unceded lands of the Spokane tribe.
The Spokane people shared this place with other tribes through their relations, resources, history, trade, and ceremony.
We thank the caretakers of this land who lived and continue to live here since time immemorial.
This land holds the knowledge, culture, and spirit of the people of the river.
Thank you to the 2021 to 2022 Ferris ASB officers for this week's land acknowledgement.
And congratulations to the new 2021-2022 ASB Executive Board. President Ashton Torres,
Vice President Jessica Tatum,
Treasurer Trista Damel,
Secretary Kylie Nicholson,
Historian Delia Dowse,
Public Relations Jordan Ward. Before arriving at school each day, remember to complete the student health check and wear a mask that covers your nose and mouth. You're invited to the Ferris Film Club's annual film festival this Friday night in the Ferris Auditorium at 6:30 p.m.
Awards will be announced after the screening of the top 3 films in each category with a candy and popcorn reception to follow. See you there, Saxons. STA is handing out free youth STA passes for this summer. Check STAsummerpass.com for more info.
SVL Summer Schools registration is open. They have high school credit courses and summer courses to recover learning loss and prepare for next school year. Here's a little more information on SVL Summer School registration.
Quick old knowledge bomb, it's a bajillion degrees outside and that means it's summer. And for some of us at Ferris, that means registration for summer classes is right around the corner. Don't know how to register? That's fine, because I went down to the student office to talk to an amazing person you may know as Mr. Menoch, and here's the sitch.
In order to complete the SVL registration process for either this summer or for next school year, you need to 1. Visit the SVL registration site at www.spokanevirtual.com. 2. Complete all portions of the online registration form and then click Submit. Once your form is submitted, you will receive an email from SVL with a Word document. Step 3. In that email, follow all directions within the registration email. Your email reply serves as your digital signature in agreement to Spokane Virtual's policies and expectations. Make sure that all information on your form is correct. If corrections are needed, you can legibly make corrections on your form or create a new registration form. If you have any questions, please contact the SVL office at 354-7545, or you can email them at svl@spokaneschools.org.
But a lot of you are probably thinking to yourselves, Ivan, you handsome lad, why would we want to spend our precious summertime doing schoolwork again?
The advantage of taking a course over the summer through SVL is that you're only focusing on one course, and the course is only 2 months long as opposed to a school semester that is 5 months long. The advantage going into the school year by taking a summer SVL course is that opens up a spot in your school schedule at school to take an additional elective or additional courses that you may be interested in.
FIN students have been working hard on their final stories, and we wanted to share a few of them with you.
This year during the pandemic, all students were put onto online or just a few days in school. So I wanted to focus on the teachers who use their creative talents to teach their students here in the 500 wing for every CTE class.
Hello, this is Mrs. Davis, and this is the Drawing, Sculpting, Painting class. In this class, we work with a variety of mediums, and we teach students the basic skills to be creative and use those mediums.
So we're currently in Foods and Nutrition International Foods. So our first semester is all about the nutrients for your body, and our second semester is all about international foods. We just study cultures from around the world, and we get to try different cuisine from that culture.
Hi, my name is Mr. Johnson. I'm the 6th period woodshop teacher, and right now we have beginning woodshop going on in the classroom, and they're making their Adirondack chairs. In this class, you're going to learn how to use a lot of equipment like table saws, miter saws, band saws, scroll saws, drills, joiners, and you're going to become very proficient with this equipment, feel very comfortable with this equipment, and you're going to
CTE classes, including filmmaking and TV production. And what that means is that I get to work with kids as they put out our student publication, FIN, or Ferris Information Network, each week.
Greetings. This is photography. We learn how to use DSLR cameras and take wonderful pictures. We also take time to learn Photoshop and do some wonderful projects. We also use our cell phones for pictures sometimes, and you learn how to take pictures. I'm sorry. It's a good class. So photography is the key.
Hi, I'm Teague, and today I'm going to talk about Miss Manfred, a teacher I had all 4 years here at Joel E. Ferris High School. We did an interview with Miss Manfred and asked how well she likes her job and what she likes about it.
That's a good question. I like kids. I like young people, and I had worked at the Spokane Guild School in fundraising and event planning. But one of the things I did in that job was I went and talked to schools about the Guild School Penny Drive, and I decided I wanted to be in the schools, not just talking at them, talking to kids in school. So I went and got my master's to become a teacher. Ferris was really close to my house, and when I moved back to Spokane from teaching in Arizona, there was a job here, and it was only a .8 position, which means not full-time, and I just really liked the culture. I liked the people. I liked all of the kids. I liked that it was close to my house. I really like working in the neighborhood where I live. Sometimes I see kids out and about, and I think that's kind of fun. And then I left for 4 years, and when there was a job opening back here, I knew I wanted to come back because it's really a great school. All of the kids are great, the staff are great, and I just really love being here. It's great. It can be hard. Every job has its challenges. It's not always easy, you know. Teachers are human, we get frustrated too, but overall it's a great place to work. It's a great place to see kids and work with all of you, and I love being here. My favorite class, well, I teach English, 11-12 English. That's probably my favorite. I love teaching The Great Gatsby and some of the 12th grade books, 12 Angry Men we read, and my class, and A Lesson Before Dying, and I just really like the lessons learned from those books. I have a lot of favorite people. Everyone in my department's wonderful. I can't choose just one. Everyone's just really great. It's a great place to work.
Hi, I'm Ivan Garrity.
And I'm Tommy McCloskey.
And you may have seen us on FIN this year.
We can all agree that this school year has not been what we had hoped for.
But we Saxons were determined to have the best year possible.
My favorite part about this school year was definitely being the president of the theater club and just the entire theater department. I really got to interact with the community a lot more. I got to lead them into doing some really fun stuff, and we really pulled through this year. So it was a lot of fun.
So my favorite part about the year was finally coming back and being in person again. I think we all got pretty tired of, being online and just not really actually getting to learn in the classroom. And it obviously wasn't exactly how it was before any of this started, but even though we couldn't do every single thing that we did before, it was just great finally being able to come back and, see the people in your classes, actually see them face to face, more than just the name on the screen. And I'm hoping we can get back to, what we were before any of this happened by next year. But this is definitely a step in the right direction, and just after being gone that long, it was a big change just to get back in the classroom finally.
My favorite part of the school year was when students came back to the building and we had more energy and excitement, and also when activities came back that we could go to and celebrate with students. So those are my two favorite parts of the year.
The thing I enjoyed most about this school year is when we finally got students back into the building. March 1st was an exciting day, a little nerve-wracking here and there, but having kids back in the building and being around them and having that energy, obviously it was not normal, but it definitely was much better than coming to an empty building and working and not interacting with kids. And that's why a lot of us teachers, educators, administrators got into this business, was to work with kids and to help kids. And it was a huge relief when kids came back into the building and felt like things were starting to get back to normal.
Hi, I'm Rory. And I'm Colin Freed. You might recognize us as some of the anchors and editors of Ferris/Fin. Here's a little bit more about some of the students in this class.
So my favorite thing about Finn was probably doing the anchoring. Anchoring is really fun to me.
I learned how to do editing, which I had no knowledge of in the beginning of the school year.
The favorite thing that I learned in TV and video production class is that I was able to find ways to get creative in what we're supposed to get done in class.
My favorite thing this year was probably meeting like all the new peoples and stuff.
So my favorite part about this school year in video production was definitely anchoring Finn, because it was kind of fun to see myself on the screen when we were watching it in advisory.
One thing I liked about this class is making our own movie-type videos.
One thing I liked about this year was the fun that we did a lot of projects, and the free the editing, basically the creativity is not restricted, and you can do it basically whatever you want.
So one thing that I enjoyed in this class was doing Finn and all the different projects and ideas, interviewing people, that kind of stuff.
My favorite thing about this class was definitely the teamwork and just how everyone gelled together and we all worked together. There was a lot of hard work going into every single Finn.
Hi, I'm Anastasia. You might have seen me or my projects on Finn this year. I love our Finn team and I love our Ferris team, but the 3 years that I have been at Ferris are nothing compared to the many years that Mr. Schutz has been a principal. But now it is time for him to retire.
I've been a principal for 29 years. I've been the principal at Ferris for 7 years. I have a lot of favorite memories with our student body. I'd say obviously Rubber Chicken has been one of my highlights. Also, Ham on Regal has been. I like our drama and music productions. I like seeing our kids participate in activities outside of school, and then just hanging with kids at lunchtime. That's kind of my favorite memories. But I'll miss the people, mostly the kids, but also the staff members too. I've just really enjoyed getting to know people. Education is about people, and I will just really miss the people. Goodbye. I will always be a Saxon. Let the scarlet and silver stand out amongst the rest.
That's it for Finn. Thanks for joining us this year. Stay healthy, safe, and 6 feet away. Stay tuned for a post-show about the history of Ferris.
As a new freshman at Ferris, I was quite intrigued when I heard that the school was recently renovated. So, I did a bit of research, and here's what I found. In 1963, a school was built. They called it the School Born on the Prairie. The school was built like a college campus, with a spread of about 20 buildings. Before it had the fields and surrounding trees, Ferris was intentionally built on the prairie for a good flat location. But this didn't mean it wasn't cheap. Ferris was finally placed at about $3 million, which back then, $1 cost about $9 of money today.
That's a school worth over $28 million of today's money. The high school's donor for the land back in the early 1960s was Joel E. Ferris, hence the name of the school after him. The symbol of Ferris was much different than it is today. The modernized version of today was quite lame compared to back then. The original was a shield with crossed swords, just like today's, but with a medieval warrior holding a sword behind his head, seemingly in an attack stance. This original emblem was first designed in 1965, but was challenged as too aggressive in 1999. But the original artist contested the issue, saying that it is a Saxon doing what Saxons do. And the warrior was removed, but the emblem and shield were left on, showing a bit of the original school's symbol. In this segment, we asked teachers what it was like and what happened during the renovation of Ferris.
For teachers, it was pretty hard because individual buildings and stuff, it was you really didn't get to connect with teachers in other buildings. It was pretty unique that way. So students would be kind of in very peculiar places at times.
For one of the kind of most annoying things about the old school, besides having to go outside in the winter to go from building to building through the snow or mud or whatever, is that the heating system was pretty quirky, and most of the classrooms, if you turned the heat on, they were like boiling hot, and then there was no air conditioning. And if you happened to be on the sunny side of the F building in the early fall or late spring when it was warm, if it was 80 degrees outside, it was 100 degrees in your classroom.
Then we asked teachers the process of how the whole thing worked out.
We built it little bit by little bit, and so we didn't ever have to move off of campus. We had parts of the old school still occupied and then moved gradually, wing by wing, into the new school. And so there was some disruption of the campus for sure. There was, parts that were closed, that were sealed off, that you couldn't get to for a while. And then there was one year where we had just 2 hallways of the new building open and then parts of the old building. And I remember watching the science building, I think was the last building to come down on campus, and watching the very last piece of the old building go was kind of nostalgic a little bit, but we were super excited for a new building.
So it wasn't really until 2015 till the grounds were really what you see today.
It took 3 years to fully renovate the school, and it was the first time it had working air conditioning. The renovation cost $8.3 million. It started in May 2011, and it wasn't finished until June 2014.
Some people thought that, the same amount of learning takes place no matter what type of seat you're in. But I think actually with the technology and with what we got, it was really well done.